Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? You said you'll be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh, baby. Yes, I love you. Oh, I really do. Hmm. The journey, the journey, the journey, the journey. I feel like it's so easy to look at me and see the joy that radiates off of me. I'm a Friday born child, don't get it twisted. Loving and giving. But the problem with being so loving is when your love gets hurt. So I don't ever want it to be confused. I've been hurt. I've been depressed. I've gone through the depths of my own darkness. I have attempted taking my own life. I have been assaulted. I have been abused. I have been outcast. I have been bullied. I have hated myself and believed all of these things that have occurred to me were things that I deserved because my being was surely nothing more than a sacrifice to existence, not worthy of being treated properly. This is all true. This is all very true from my own experience. Am I all the way through it? We working on it. We working on it. We working on it. Progress is progress. I believe my life to be not my own. But I have spent so much time devoting to myself and allowing myself to see the things that are beautiful in life and slowing things down and realizing that my life is not meant for somebody else. Life is not meant for what we do to others. Life is for what we do for us because it's only our experience that we're living. And it gets hard. It gets really hard when we're sitting there trying to do the right thing for somebody else and we're compromising ourselves. It hurts. And there's a part inside of us that feels so much rage because why is this right? Whatever it may be. For you, for me. Sometimes we just look at things that occur to other people and we see the relation to the things that we've experienced in our life. And it just is so aggravating. Beyond aggravating. I'm using nice words because really I really don't even have the words to express the disgust that my soul has felt towards experiences, towards life. Like why am I living? To live, to experience, to see just how beautiful self can really be, to learn and to grow. It's the small things. The small things. Why do they say living present in the moment? Because the present, one, is all we've got. What do I want right now, at this moment? What do I want? Not what does so-and-so want. Not what's going to make so-and-so happy. What's the right thing to do? What's my obligations, my responsibilities? These are things that we put on ourselves. And I don't care in what position. Because our life is our life. Period. Period. There is no exception. I don't care what point and stage you are in your life. Because it's so vital to do things for self, to love self, to just be able to sit and be like, you know what, the bugs that make the sound outside, let me just stop and just appreciate. Oh my gosh, it's so peaceful. It vibrates my body. Wow. It's like I can breathe it in. walking by, stopping and literally smelling the flowers. I can be in an awful mood and I'll stop. I'm like, wow, this flower is so beautiful. And I'll stop, I'll smell the flower. Wow, wow. Look at this, the energies, the messages that are in these flowers and these scents, triggering these senses. It's beautiful. There's beauty all around. And when I move through, I come to realize that even in my pain, in my suffering, in my hatred, there's beauty. Now, let's say on the other side of healing, not even like I've healed it yet, but like that anger, the rage, the sadness, the tears, the crying, if we get past the pain of it, it's an experience. Like, it's a beautiful experience, really, when you think about it. Like, to care so much about something, for it to impact how we feel in our body, to express. I mean, it's beautiful. That's why it exists, really. And as we work through these things and start to heal them one by one, and to realize, wow, it's really a door. It's really like the gateway to fulfillment. Sometimes we do these things because it helps us to feel something. Because for me, I felt like I've walked around like life was just hollow. Like, okay, like I got people in my life, cool. I've got these relationships. And to be honest, for real, they weren't really real for me. Like they didn't feel fulfilled. I mean, my connection with my father, I'm so grateful for that. So grateful for that. And that was honestly what my comparison to everything was, really. And I always knew I was blessed to have it, because I was like, without this, everything else was kind of like, what's going on? Like, for real, I'm just being honest. And yeah. But it's like, life just felt like, what am I doing this for? Like, and honestly, like, even in retrospect, I was highly sexually active. Um, and a lot of times I was just gonna be like, oh, not even this is fulfilling. This kind of sucks. Like, this kind of sucks. Until it doesn't, you know what I mean? Sometimes it was like, wow. That's when you start chasing something. You start chasing anything just to feel alive. Food, sex, dating, drugs, cigarettes. That was my sheesh. Cigarettes was my everything. 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 Oh my gosh, that felt real for me. That felt real for my first cigarette. Was like, ooh, you know what I mean? It was like I saw the stars. I saw everything just felt like it was alive. But it was just like, now I don't do anything. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do drugs. I don't sleep around. I'm like super pure. I'm like super pure. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Retrospect. But it's like, because step by step I've been more and more ready to just let go and realize how fulfilling the small parts of life are. Like breathing. Breathing makes me feel real. Like, and if you do it enough, like, it starts to feel sweet. And I feel like I haven't talked to enough heavy breathers out there. Because, like, you do it enough, like, you do breath exercises enough, especially like while you're exercising. Oh my gosh, it starts to taste sweet. Like, sweet. Like, I can't, if you've ever expressed it, if you ever felt it, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's amazing. Enjoying the sounds, the relations, the different experiences of life, the beauty of the small things. What I like to do, man, I've been making friendship bracelets. I've been making friendship bracelets. Look, so much my mom was like, well, maybe you should just open up a friendship. I was like cracking up. But like, it's the small, it's the small things. And the thing is that makes it different is this what I want to do. It's what I want to do. Am I a healer? Yes. Do I have healing abilities? Yes. Absolutely. Do I present them? No. No. Not out of fear. Not out of like, what is it? The witch's wound. No. Because my healing abilities are sacred. And when it is essential and it is necessary and it is called upon, that is when I will evoke them through me, and it will be very beautiful and special. It is a way of love for myself, right? Learning how to heal myself, right? I dive into these things of what I love is healing myself. What I love is embracing the darkness of me, right? My hatred, learning what my hatred is, diving into understanding that my hatred is really towards myself and working through that, and like the more and more that I work through it, the better it gets. The easier it is to just kind of really slow down and be like, yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, okay. I like this. I enjoy this. No, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And you know what? No, and I'm gonna stand up for myself too. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I feel a little down. I feel tired. My body feels tired. Feel unsettled. Okay. Let's sit with that. Why? Let's dive into why. Why do we feel this way? Okay. What can I do to make me happy? Not even to make me happy. What can I do to be at peace with this energy that I feel inside of me? It gets better, but maybe I don't necessarily even want to say that it gets better. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's really worth it. Everything. All of these experiences, they're worth it. It's worth the pain. It's worth the tears. It's worth feeling alone. Because when we finally truly embrace ourselves, when we really come to a point of embracing ourselves, of accepting ourselves, of not doing something, to make myself look better to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't put on my business professional voice anymore. Unless I feel like doing it. You know what I mean? Like, good afternoon. Sometimes it's just fun. Let's just keep it real, right? Making voices. But no, like, and I cuss. I won't cuss at my elders. That's hardwired into me. But what you see is what you get. That's why, right now, like, I ain't showered today. I shower normally every day, okay? But today, I ain't showered. I was tired. I was working through some stuff. Not heavy stuff, but my body just didn't feel like it. And I was like, all right, cool. Normally do about 2 hours of exercise every day. We went for a walk. Am I mad at myself? There's a little bit of me that's like, girl, what you doing? But then it's like, we good. It's cool. It's cool. We fasted. We fasted. We good. We good. It's okay. It's okay. But to be able to show up authentically. And that's the best. Not as somebody else. Not as what we think somebody else expects us to be. But as our best self. Like, being a healer, I really had to take a step. Even just working spiritually, right? Working as a spirit guide, being a spirit guide. I have done it my whole life. It's what I've done. And it's what I love to do. I love it. I love seeing people really connect and discover that life is so possible. Like, if I've ever conversed with you, which most people that watch my videos are people I personally know, and if not, aloha, I love you. But really just being like, it's a miracle. It's amazing. It's so beautiful to just watch the shifts and the changes the love being embraced, you know, seeing that love is really possible, because it is. All that exists is love. And every experience that we experience is just a journey of growing closer and a deeper expression, a deeper understanding and utilization of love. True, unconditional love. So that's why I really had to sit and think, where I was like, okay, well, do I want to do this? Do I want to help people because because I'm putting my value in it? Because I had to come up with that. I had to really stand with that, because there were times that I would go above and beyond for people so that I could prove that I was a good person, to make me feel valuable. You know, like why would you want to cut me off if, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a good person. Look at how good I make you feel. You don't want to leave me. Yeah, okay. No. Work through that. You gotta work through that. All right. So, how do I want to help people? How do I want to help myself? That's what I've come to. And a good friend of mine, if you're watching this, you know who you are. Because I continuously say, really put it on to me of like, what you're doing is what you're doing for you. And I started to see all these different signs around me of like, okay, what I do is for myself. What I create is for myself. It needs to be for me. It needs to be for me. And honestly, at this point, it's almost kind of pompous to sit here and be like, let me do it for you, because I know what you want. How could we ever know what somebody else really wants? Nah, even if they were to tell us, we're not in their minds. And don't worry, I got telepathic abilities, okay, as we all do. But even still, okay, it's beyond the point. It's being real. What do I want? What makes me happy? What do I love? And it's okay if it's multiple things. But the real question comes down to, is it really? What is your life worth? Is it worth fighting in this life that makes no sense? Being unhappy, being miserable, and questioning every day that you get up. Because there's that inside part of you, the major part of you, not just your flesh, not just skin. We're talking about the bones, the cells, the marrow. That's like, nah, this sucks. Screw this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't even care to try. All of that going on out on the inside, and then you got to say, yeah, it's a great day today. It's like, is it really worth that? You know, what is really worth it? What kind of security, what fears in living are worth living that way? There aren't. You know, I recently just had a friend of mine who I thought was here along on this journey, and they were unable to make it through for themselves. And here I am again, you know, being touched by this energy, as a friend of mine is dealing with somebody in their life as well, going through the same experience. And the question really comes down to is, these connections that we have with people, these relationships, these lives that we live, is it worth it? If at the end of the day it's just over? You know what I mean? Like, if we just can't get through it anymore, or if somebody we love just can't get through it anymore, I mean, then do what you gotta do. Not by giving in, but what makes you happy? What do you need to do to feel life? What do you need to say? How do you need to express yourself? And whatever us as individuals needs to do, that's in our hands. Anybody else, that's their own to decipher how they feel about it. But for somebody else to have a certain type of feeling over how I'm living, I mean, I really had to fight with that in my life, personally. So many people, well, one, I can't believe you do this to me. What? I can't believe you're making these life decisions. I can't believe you choose to live this way. I can't believe that you've done that. What? Especially when it's something for myself. So you're worried about how what I'm doing for myself impacts the way you look. Because technically, the way I live my life has nothing to do with you. It's my life. It's your life. Is it really worth living it for somebody else? All for it to just go up in our hands? Go up in flames? It's not. So, I came on this. I made this video today because I wanted to express the fact, my main point was expressing the fact that, yeah, I got a lot of love. I got a lot of love. I am radiant. I know I am. I know I am. I know my energy exudes peace, love, gratitude, whatever. But don't get it twisted. This is hard work. This work I worked for. I put the effort in. So if you feel good in my presence, doggone straight. Because I've spent the time. I've spent the effort to dive into me. And see for myself. Not look for somebody else to validate me and tell me how wonderful I am, to tell me how beautiful I am, to tell me how talented I am. That does nothing. Really, really. Because when somebody tells you something like that, great. It's good. It is great. It is great. I'm not saying it's nice. But it means nothing if we don't see it for ourselves. Because it's just like when you have a crush on somebody, you do something and you're hoping that they see it, you know what I mean, and approve. That's us. What we're really looking for is us to approve us. So what's it going to take? What's it going to take? It's real. Life can be real. Life is what you make it every single time. Every single time. Through the misery, through the joy, through the laughter, through the whatever, fake it till you make it. So I don't want you to think that I was just born this way. Not that I care what you think. Clearly. But I do this because I did this. And it's possible for you too. I don't know who it is that I needed to share this with. But it is possible for you too. Through my journey, I've taken the time to discover, at least just starting out, what I am. And what I am is a spirit guide. That is what I've been guided to realize what I am. I understand that I am united with spirit, that all that exists is self. And self is all. All is self and self is all. And truly applying that. You know, there's still some separation mindset that we're working through because we're human. But I've made it to realize that by doing this work inside of myself and constantly being aware of myself, now when I work with somebody, I'm working with the outside. It's another version of me. It's not just a reflection, it's an extension. It is me. It is me. So I walk this path to being able to offer whatever kind of guidance it is that is necessary. For each person needs something different. Everybody needs something different, but everybody needs the same thing at the same time. So I like to offer that for anybody that is going through, wants to discover these things for themselves, wants to walk on this journey, wants to see what the fulfilled life really feels like. It's great. It's a journey. There's always something to learn, but it's beautiful. So, if you are if you would love me, if you would like me, connect with me. Connect with me. Connect with me. Life is beautiful, love. Truly. And regardless of what you believe, what you hide from the world, of how you look and how your breath smells in the morning, that's a real thing. Regardless of how you dress, of how you act, of how you behave, I love you. Unconditionally. I love you. And I love you. And I can love you because I have learned and I continue to learn how to love myself.